Hello, gamers! Welcome to episode 51 of Gamers Galaxy. My name is WT, that is 1W at 1T, and today we're going to talk about all things in Immutable and all the amazing games coming out or live right now. But before we get into all that, I'm going to talk to my friend Rubick. How are you doing today, Rubick?
I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to this pod. It's actually a reshoot, isn't it? So we
Yeah.
should be awesome. We've got no excuses. We should be awesome. Although there's a bit of a change up, so we apologize if there's any mismatches with screens to voices and things like that. But we'll see how we go. Looking forward to it. There's a few little extra points to talk about as well from the last recording, and this is the what happened in April on Immutable, and it's on fire. Immutable. This episode is dedicated to Immutable is on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. My life has been absolutely crazy for the past year or so and been bouncing back and forth between places, different internets and such. So it caused some major audible issues for me last week when we did the recording. And it's a shame because it was such a good conversation, but I'm very confident we can do it again. And yes, Immutable is on fire. It has been an absolutely crazy month, and this first segment that we're getting into, it's labeled the Big Four, and right off the bat, it's the elephant in the room. You can't talk about Immutable right now without talking about Raven Quest. We're 1 month into it, and Rubick, what is your thoughts from your perspective on Raven Quest so far this month?
Oh, I just wish I could have more time to play it. I really do. It's just really bad timing for me. I could really sink my teeth into it, seeing or listening to the Discord with the guys in there, strategizing, going on your boat expeditions and fighting people on the seas. There's just so many different things you can do in this game. It's so good. It really deserves more plays, and I think it's got like 20,000 daily active users and 70,000 weekly or monthly. So, but it's it's 20,000 without bots, so it's one of the bigger Web3 games, and it's enough for this game, but it could do if people knew how good it was, it would catch on more.
Yeah, it's. I literally got off playing last night. I got 2 hours sleep, woke up, and now I'm talking to you. And I had planned on going to bed 6-7 hours before, but we got into another battle, and it has just been absolutely insane. I got a good recording last night, and hopefully I can make some really good clips out of it. But it is what we've been waiting for, and I can honestly say that the ability to play with your friends and have fun is there amongst all the other different aspects of the game. That is the one that's
Yeah,
really standing out to me. We're building bonds between people and just having good, fun interaction while playing a game at the same time.
yeah, that's the multiplayer thing of it is truly properly done multiplayer for Web3 game. It's not just botched on to try and catch people. I I've had a fair bit more happen. I played a little bit more since we recorded the first time. So, like, what I did is I got on and played a bit because I had a week off holidays and it was raining. So I was stuck indoors and I couldn't do all this work I was supposed to do around the house. And so I just clicked on all these boxes I had being accumulating. And apparently I'm the leader in Renown, not Renown, the other one, Fate. I don't know, whichever one it is, one you
Mm-hmm.
can, and I've got like 80,000 Fate for this month, and everyone's gone. I'm more than everyone combined in the guild for Fate. So because I was sandbagging, so it's a good strategy maybe to sandbag.
Yeah, we noticed that. We were actually talking about it last night together about how much you had the fame, and so fame is a weekly
Fame, sorry, yeah, yeah.
that you allocate. I forget which one. I thought you had renown high or something. Renown's like all it stays with you all the time. The fame is like a once a week thing and it resets. But
Yeah, it's the fame. Yeah.
in Gamers Galaxy, we have our own guild, GXE, and we were number 6 on the leaderboards. Now we're number 7. We got knocked down one, but the person that knocked us down has 226 members. We're only at 126, and I'm not just saying this. We are getting people looking at us, and now people are hunting us because we're making such a presence out there. It's absolutely hilarious, and I can't wait to cut up some sound bites and stuff from last night because it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's the first one of the big four for Immutable.
Yeah, I just wanted to add as well that it's thanks to the guys from the big time, is it big time or big something? Sorry, I think it's big time. They were in Somnus, and they've started the guild. You've joined with us. You know, the gamers took our name on Gamers Galaxy GXE. They've really helped our server come alive, like with lots of activity outside, even outside of Raven Quest content. Like it was always pretty good, but it's probably doubled. So this game is actually having a big impact for Immutable, and it's that's the number one thing. It's obviously Immutable's number one game, and it continuing to grow. And I think it's one of those games people will leave to play another game, but come back to it all the time. So it'll be there, and it'll be ongoing, like for the next 10 years, I'd say. So yeah, great win for Immutable, great win for Gamers Galaxy because it's really blowing up our server, blowing up Immutable's Disco player numbers, and yeah, it's just really positive for Immutable.
Yeah, 100% there. And like I said, that is the first of the big four we got to talk about with Immutable. The second one up right now is ZKEVM TGE, specifically Marble X, Immortal Rising 2, and Raven Quest, which we just talked about via their tokens MBX, IMT, and Quest. Immutable, they hired a token guy for to get the growth going, and I know for Raven Quest it's working. What's your thoughts on these three, and how's it going with the new token guy?
Yeah, it was a bit of a narrative that Immutable's TGEs failed and flopped, and one of the games that was, is pretty big in the scene has left Immutable to go to the next biggest thing, the chain of the flavor of the month because of better options there. But like Immutable, like you just said, they hired a token growth guy, and they're really pushing to improve this performance, and you're seeing it with some big games, big chains. Like Marble X is launching Norma and Nederland. It wasn't mentioned there, and IR2, even though they failed their mint because of the way they did a big airdrop campaign, but it was actually really good. You're starting to see that have positive impact as well, and it's starting to grow. I did. Did you? What did you? Have you noticed anything there with that? With TGEs performing better?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've only been the past month. I just been lost in Raven Quest. You're going to hear me say it throughout the cast here. It is what it is. I'm down the Raven Quest hole, but TGE for Quest was very, very smooth, and from an infrastructure standpoint, we've been waiting for this for a long time, and we were able to do it via the website of Raven Quest in conjunction with the Immutable Play, and I was able to do all my transactions there. It was a little bit of a land rush, so to speak, of trying to get the tokens, and had to keep trying, but I eventually got through. I got the quest, and the beautiful part is the team, they made it so that the players could get it, and Immutable was there to facilitate it, and it worked seamlessly for the most part. So I thought it was a huge, huge win for all parties involved.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of controversy around that as well, wasn't there? But it's good that they've realised that the TGEs need to go better for games to continue to choose to build on Immutable. Like you see that like Battle Derby and Paradise Tycoon both have chosen AVAX to launch their tokens on because Immutable hasn't had the good performances in the past. So hopefully they can continue to secure those TGEs and start to build some momentum there. And it looks like that's happening as well.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, we've got two more to go in the big four here, and the third one up. This one's kind of a multi-prong topic here. Big topic though for sure. Gems and Immutable Play. Perpetual Awards is live. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, we're a bit late now, but it's been going for 3 weeks, and you can see there's 11 hours left to collect, and it's gone from 9,000 to 15,000 to now 18,000 participants
Mm-hmm.
in these keys. So finally, the rewards are available. I'm logged in on a different account than my main because I didn't want to give all my secrets away. This is my partner's who hasn't got around to signing up yet, so. She didn't have as much time as me with looking after our young boy to get it all done.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a bit behind. Anyway, it's good. Finally, after more than 12 months of collecting, there was a lot of fatigue, and they launched to like the idea is that you spend 500 of your gems to get a key each week, and then there's a pool of 200,000 USD worth of tokens. So the token fluctuates each week. They're iterating, they're changing things. So I complained to them that the mythic key. So there's 5 different key types, and then each one has a pool, and there's less people in each type. So if you get a common, obviously the most people are going to be in the common. The legendaries be probably capped at 100 and something, maybe 100 people that can get a legendary key, and then in between the numbers go up as you go down towards common. And then also there's a mythic pool of tokens allocated to 100 people exactly. And it was completely random when it first launched, and that really upset a lot of people, of course. And just so happened a legendary person won it, but we never found out who it was. They didn't come clean. They didn't come out announcing it in X anyway. So yeah, the next week, we're in third week now. The second week they change the stats so that if you're a legendary, you will end up having higher chance of being your legendary key being a mythic variant. So yeah, it's interesting. It's every week. There's $100,000 given away minimum. Sorry, I didn't. I said 200,000. I meant 100,000.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's a lot of money every week forever until they decide not to do it anymore, until it's not working. But the flywheel is going to happen. So I'll explain that in a second as well. What did you have to say about
that? Yeah, you pretty much nailed it there. There was, I don't understand quite. Maybe you could. The API is in beta, and I don't understand exactly what that means. I know what an API is, but I don't know how that breaks down. But you hit pretty much everything on the head, and I did not know that about the mythic variant, but now I do. So everyone still has a chance. It'll be weighted a little bit more in that. Because one of my buddies has it, and he's like, "Oh, I only got a common." And then I found out what you said last week when we did this first recording, and I told him, "Hey, keep plugging away. You do have a chance still to get the mythic variant." So good news all around.
Yeah.
Can you go a little bit more on that API? What being in beta? What does that mean?
Okay. So on the screen, I've got the API. So what an API is it's an automated system that takes time to build. Yeah, so you can whip up something quickly in coding, but if you want to build an API, you've got to build the engine that runs it. And what the API does means is that everything for gems is that when you complete a quest, it checks off the API if that was completed. So there'll be a criteria. The API would be waiting for that criteria to be hit. And as soon as you hit it, it would send a message to your passport and say, hey, this account, for example, followed Graham Voyage on X. Or a better example is completed the donut house level. So when you complete donut house level, which is a lot of work, I've been playing it for a week, couple of weeks, it will automatically instantly update. And in the past, the quests have been you've got to wait to get your allocated tokens. So, for example, like what's an example? Raven Quest. Wherever it is, I can find it in a second. They get a database entry, and they put it into a spreadsheet and send it over to Immutable and say these accounts are the ones that get those gems for this with a column, like a chapter 2, open the world of Raven Quest, and get to complete the tutorial. So as soon as you complete a tutorial, you'll go onto a spreadsheet and send over to Immutable for them to give how many gems it is. And so you're manually relying on people to do stuff, and there's lots of mistakes that can happen. But the API, which took them over a year to build, now you'll see, like, for example, on the Guild of Guardians Quest Series 2, as soon as you do those, they instantly, you get a green tick to say
right,
it's done, and the gems get instantly put on your rewards list. So it's really like going to just clean up potential issues. People will know if there's a bug straight away, because they didn't get their gems. And so as soon as they get rid of this gems yet to be distributed aspect, and everyone has to use the API to use this, the better. It'll be a much smoother system. Yeah, there'll be bugs, but people see the bugs and go, hey, Immutable, this is a bug. This happened. And they'll see that through code that actually happened and go, yep, give the person their gems, and and then be able to reverse engineer that back into giving everyone else that had the bug their gems, and then fix the bug, and then from that point on, it won't happen. And as they get more experience with this API or more usage of it, those bugs will go away, and there'll be eventually just a time where it just works like a dream. So
Right.
it's really exciting for Immutable.
Yes. If you were here at the very beginning, like we were, you can tell the difference between now and then, and that basically it's evolved quite a bit. So it's good, positive things to see, because it gives you confidence. Where it was and where it's now, it is not the same. It is definitely better now, and the sky's the limit. So very, very cool stuff. Yeah, we're on our last of the big four here.
Oh, before you move on, there's a couple more points I wanted to talk about. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, man. If I've been ranting too long, I'll try and keep it quick.
I thought you had everything, so sorry.
Yeah, no, I've been ranting for so long, and I've only got through 2 of the 5 points. So Immutable Play is so in demand, not by players, but by it is by players. You can see it's gone from 9,000 to 18,000 in 3 weeks. People collecting keys, and it's just going to go up more and more. But the actual to get on it and use it, this is a paid service. This is paid marketing. But Immutable gives a free passport. It gives so much free stuff. This is the way they make money from games. An extra way they make money, and they're paying like big money to get on these gems quests. It's not free, and it's so in demand that there's a waiting list for games to be able to use it now. So they're not only are they charging games to use it, there's a queue waiting list to get on it to actually pay Immutable to use it. So it's having a really positive impact on Immutable's balance sheet. They've gone from $50 million loss in 2024 and to this calendar year, which is Australia's calendar year, financial year ends in June. They've made their revenues 110 million.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in a much more stable position than they've been in for years. So they're gearing up for for profit. This financial year looks like it might be profit.
Yeah, I read that article. Very, very cool stuff. And that's a bullish signal that instead of them just having the gates open like they did before, now it's a little bit more controlled. And yeah, you're gonna have to get in line, and now you got to pay for it. So, like I said, just a few minutes ago, it's evolving, and you can see it live in real time. So very cool stuff. Did you hit the rumors? Did you already hit that one? It was tough to tell.
I already hit that one, didn't I? So yeah, the rumors are that the legend has won it each week. The mythic variant is different to all the other pools. So the other each key, there's 5 keys, has a pool of tokens, and they're all around about the same amount. They increase as they go up. Actually, legendary is lower than epic, but there's less keys in each one, so you get way more the higher up the key variant you go, key type you go between the 5. But with mythics, you can see on the rewards page, if I go to it, one person wins 3,333 IMX. The first person won 20,000, which is $8,000. So yeah, they've changed the system in week 2 to be a lot less higher pool, but a lot more people get a higher amount. You can see there's like 30, 25, like there's heaps, probably nearly 100. I was so unlucky. I got a mythic variant this week and was the lowest. I think I only got like 72 IMX for a mythic variant. There's like 100 people, nearly 100 people, probably 2/3 get more than that. So bit unlucky with where I got. Getting a mythic was lucky, but getting the lowest version of it was bad luck. Yeah, and so that's how the mythic variant works. You get an actual rank on a mythic reward, and so yeah, one person out of the 18,000 will earn $2,000 next week as well. So
wow,
hope that's you, WT.
Yeah, that'd be great. I could definitely use it in my life right now. You know everything I'm going through, so I could definitely use it for sure. And I think we got them all there, right? Did we get them all?
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that Solana Gaming's having a game like Battle Pass, and it's got like 40,000 players playing it, just because someone tweeted like their Solana main account made a Solana Gaming account and tweeted $15,000 prize pool. So 4 weeks of gaming for $15,000, and there's 40,000 players. Immutable has $100,000 every single week being given out and there's only 18,000 this month. This week. Make it make sense. Seriously.
Right. Yep.
That's it. I'm done with it now.
Okay. And last but not least, out of the big four, Ubisoft and Immutable get together. We know that they've been working together for a long time. They finally made the big announcement. Might and Magic Fates. It's a TCG, and I'll be honest. I was surprised that was another TCG. We've seen TCGs repeatedly, and I was expecting something else. I just didn't see another TCG come in, but they came out with it. It's not my cup of tea. I decided a while ago I was gonna walk away from TCGs because it's just not what I'm into. But some people are. Obviously, Gods Unchained was very, very successful. What do you know about Mights and Magic Fates and your take on this announcement?
I said in a thing before it that if it was a TCG, unless it was Assassin's Creed or what was the other one, or another brand on Immutable on Ubisoft, it would suck. I did not know Might and Magic was an Ubisoft brand. I don't know if you know about that game, but it's been around for 40 years. I did a post on this, and it's one of my best performing posts I've ever done. Because I had some information like that in it. Other than I'll get to it in a second when I show it. But I think the actual IP is huge. It was a turn-based game, so trading card game, and you know the genre is a turn-based genre. So you know it's okay, but the Might and Magic IP is huge. It'll have, I'd say, 1 million people will try it because of the Might and Magic. There's the NFT haters, and there's the nothing burger comments from the typical calls that aren't going to make any money out of it. It's a Web 2.1. It's not even 2.5. You can play the full game without and not being impacted by not using NFTs. So I dare say there won't be a token. You won't be earning a token. Maybe there is one, but you have to own the NFTs, and it's completely separate. But the token's not going to actually do anything because you can't disadvantage other people. So yeah, it's a bit of I'm torn between if it was if it was an MMO, an Assassin's Creed MMO, or something like that, or it's just one big, maybe even an action game. I don't know, but I've kind of realized that it's probably a good way to start. The best use case for Web3 gaming is TCGs. Owning your cards makes sense. So the IP is good. It's a big Web3 brand. Jonah Blake made a post saying it would have been better for them to chase an indie game. The guy's an idiot. What's your thoughts, man, on this?
It obviously fits the Web3 mantra with the trading cards. It's the easiest one to do, but we've seen so many of them. I've lost track of how many TCGs. I just
thousands.
It was just. It's hard to stand out because there's so much, and we were coming off this huge momentum of just an insane month of participation, and we finally got a game that was what people were looking for. Maybe not the exact genre for everybody, but it was something that we could all play together. And then I don't want to be unfair to Might and Magic. Maybe they have something that is going to be like that, to where people are going to want to get together, be in Discord together, and play together. I'm not sure yet, but when they said TCG, I was just like, I was not expecting that for the big announcement.
No, I wasn't either. But
it
makes sense.
It knocked the wind out of me. I was really hyped up. I was like, man, we're on a roll here. And then we're like, TCG, and I was like, pump the brakes. So yeah, I got to be honest. I didn't really care for the announcement, but that's just me.
Yeah, but you mustn't be a Might and Magic fan. You must have never played it.
No, I haven't. I mean, but I get what you're saying about the numbers.
It's huge, man. It's literally it's different than Assassin's Creed because, it's an actual turn-based strategy game with a huge fan base of people wanting to play more Might and Magic. I've seen comments say, "Oh, this is awesome!" Finally, a collector's game, a collectible game where you can collect all the monsters and characters and heroes and things from the IP. They don't have that. They've got turn-based strategy games, and So, Might and Magic 3 was huge. I'd say tens, if not 50 million people played that game. It was literally one of the biggest games of all time, especially in the 90s when it came out, or the 80s, late
Yeah.
80s. I think it was 90s. But it's like it's old, so it's an aging population, and they all hate NFTs, don't they? So, let's see. Will be interesting to see. I think the IP saved it. I would have included that in the 3 IPs that I needed for it to be exciting. I'll play it. I'm going to play it. Why not?
Cool. Yeah.
And see what happens.
I'll have to try and allocate some time to check it out for sure. I want to give it a fair shake. I do. For just maybe a little knowledge on it too. Maybe this one will be different. Maybe it'll be different.
I want to say that in my thread that's had 17,000 views, 2.6k views on one of the threads. This thread itself, like an individual thread, the haters gonna hate. The typical Web3 grifters are going to start spreading the FUD. Ubisoft soft sarks. No, not another TCG. Web 2.5. Insert any self-serving narrative here that sheeps will suck up and follow. So the self-serving narrative of Jonah saying that is that he's paid by Zyge Games to bring indie games to their chain.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he posts, Immutable's wasting their time. They'll be better off chasing indie games for their chain. Like, please make it make sense. Please, you can't make this stuff up, man. Like, that's a complete and utter self-serving message. He's trying to, look. I support indie games. Look, I even say I'd prefer you over Ubisoft. There's more to it than that. But I just think this industry, man. I'm gonna get to this later. Actually, it's part of my I'll leave that there.
Yeah, I don't even pay attention to him anymore. I stopped a while ago. Just the flip flopping is. I've done that with a lot of people. Just if they flip flop too much, I'm just like, yeah, I'm done paying attention. And I protect where I put my energy at going forward. So, yeah, that was our big 4 for Immutable, and it was indeed big 4. Wow, what a month! What a month! And this next segment up. It is game launches on Immutable. There's quite a few. Do you want to start us off, or do you want me to run through these?
Yeah, the first one's Netmarble, Marble X. Their roadmap of 7 games is out, and Self-Made Billionaire is their first game. I just spent some money on it last night. I don't normally spend money on those little mobile games, but it was $1.29, and it was like to give me a little boost. I went, yeah, I'll bang. So I got smoked for $1.29. But it's it's first of the 7 games coming out this year by Netmarble, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of traction it gets. It's a very simple game, just collect, just level up buildings and run, buy and sell stocks, fake stocks online. You can buy Immutable stock, you can buy Marble X stock, so yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, a lot you can do in that game. They're claiming it's their top #1 game. Now, Marble X, they're the ones that did Golden Guardians and Somnus, right?
No.
I got the wrong one?
That's Overtake.
Oh my goodness.
Marble X is Netmarble, mate. Like it's a $2 billion revenue business per year. It's like huge AAA studio. So they did Nino Kuni, they're Korean. They're both Korean. Overtake's Korean as well. So they're Nino Kuni. They're A3 Still Alive. The King Arthur. So those games and other ones, My City. So those 4 are coming to Immutable. They're migrating over, but King Arthur doesn't have Web3 yet. But the roadmap doesn't include those games. It's got 7 other games. So this is the first one.
Okay. I don't know how I messed that up. That was a big gaffe on my part. Yeah, you're right. That was Overtake. I don't know how I did that, but there's just so many games in my head.
We always do things like that, mate. Yeah, you're too busy playing Raven Quest.
I'm very busy
a little bit out of the loop, mate. Yeah, too busy with your life.
Yeah,
playing Raven Quest 24/7.
Hey, it's the hype is real. That's all I'm gonna say about it. And speaking a little bit of hype, I did play this game quite a bit in its former version, Norma in Meadowland. I enjoyed playing this game on the mobile device. It has evolved. It's a little bit more to it now, and they also have a candy contest going on. Am I right on that one? Or did I mess that one up?
Yeah, there's heaps of competition. I don't actually know. This has got. This is actually a good example because it has. So the burger truck one was the little teaser for this game, and in this game you can there's like more than a burger truck. There's like 10 different stores. You got to unlock them all, you know, and you can, and they've got 2 different levels per each store, and it gets harder each, you know, the 2 levels are, you know, big, easy and master mode, and it gets quite complicated. I'm just still up to donuts, and it's like you got to mix like 2 different types of donuts with 4 different types of icings and 4 different types of toppings, and it could be any combination. So it's like and you got to get, and it gets busy. You got to start, you know, like really pumping out things quickly and timing it right. It's actually a really addictive game. It's really fun. And this one here has both the API for playing the game, and it has, and it's not for gems. It's for like play to airdrop or play to earn for the API. And I think there are some gems part of it, but yeah, it's a mix of gems and points towards airdrop. Mm-hmm. Then also in their quest system, they've got the old that if you get into their quest line, they've got the old API. Non-API based gems yet to be distributed quests. So they're double dipping with the old API, non-API tests. So that's interesting, but that's because they were in earlier. So they've kind of built the play to airdrop, use the API, so the automation of updating points for airdrop, and left the non-API version for gem quests. So yeah,
they got a lot going on there. I did enjoy the first version of it, and yes, I did notice the complexity increase with this version that is Norma and Meadowland. This next one, oh man, you want to talk about complex, but this one is just aesthetically appealing to the eyes. Tokyo Beast, which it is clearly a beast. There is a ton. We talked about this game a couple months ago, and there is a lot. And I know you've been following it. I think you won something with this too, or you got something in here, right?
No, I got to play, and the 200 people selected to play, and I got slaughtered.
Oh, yeah?
Bad. I don't actually understand it, man. I didn't have time. I don't even think I'm smart enough to work it out. But, you know, Meepo, he was mate, he's a gun player, plays lots of games, and he won it. It was a 10 grand tournament, only one winner, one winner takes all. Mm-hmm. So it was crazy, and he ended up winning it. I'm so happy he won it because I was an Immutable fan, and he, you know, he's gone right outside of Immutable a lot more now, but he still supports Immutable. This number in front of, I've got a screen of the pre-orders, pre-registered players, 987,000. Bots. Anyway, seriously, come on, get real.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe somehow they're big. This is, you know, anyway, I didn't want to talk about it too long. I just wanted to say congratulations to Meepo.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. Next up here, we've got, do I get this right? In match 3? Oh, I might be
Nomstead.
Nomstead,
no,
okay.
I'm up to Nomstead. Yeah, I can, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell me about this one. Or wait, no, I do have it up. I do. Okay, this is the one that's got the hex-based icons, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's, they changed from Kingdom So. They named it Nomstead recently. But I've got the game up, actually, and you can just click and you can do quests, and it's pretty cool because you can, where is the map? Oh man, I've been a while since I played it. I should have really looked at this first. You can click, you can walk onto anyone's map, and it connects all by hex. Where's the map? Is this the map here? Yeah, I just think I just exited. Oh no, here it is. You can see the map here. You know, you buy a piece of land and you connect it anywhere in the world, where it's free, and so you become one big world, and it's like a crafting game and quest game, and yeah, it's a lot of, it looks like a lot of people, you know, it's only in alpha at the moment, so it's just gone open. It was going to be closed to us. We're going to test it, but they decided, without telling us, that they're not going to do that anymore. They're going to open up to everyone, so get in there and play it. There's the NFT mint's coming soon as well.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, next one up here, Treeverse closed alpha, play to airdrop soon. They launched, but then they had a little issue last week, so they paused, and I believe they just launched again yesterday for the alpha, correct?
Yeah. What's going on? I need to turn this volume off. There we go. Yeah, I hope there's no one streaming at the moment, but I was going to show the game, but it's action based. It's different to it's different to
It's not an
Raven
auto
Quest because
battler.
Raven Quest is targeted. So, you
Right.
know, like as in you tab target and you cast a spell and it hits them. You know, it rolls a spell, it rolls a dice and tells you how much damage you do. And here it's actually targeted. You've got to line them up and do your attacks on them, which is more action based. So it's a little bit more intense, the combat, and a lot of people like this combat more, especially when you mix up skills and stuff like that. But this Raven Quest will, you know, people will enjoy the strategy of what combinations to do things in, and they'll work out, you know, it'll be like a paper, rock, scissors kind of thing. You know, when someone does a build this, you do that build sort of thing, you know, in the PvP. And in the PvE, you'll learn what works in what spaces. So it's just a different strategy and more action-based, this one. But yeah, it just started yesterday. So you got join the play to airdrop right now. You got to buy an NFT. Even if you've got an iOS, which you can't use it in, you still need to buy a $5 NFT to be able to qualify for the Web3 rewards.
Is that okay? So it's season 1 reward campaign where you can get looks like IMX, and I thought there was a third one.
Yeah, Mon protocol.
Yeah, if you look at their on their X page, they've got the breakdown too, like 2.76 and end, equal split between active users and skilling masters, weighted for leaderboards, and this is for 21 days from April 27th through May 18th. I will be checking this out tonight because I'm going to be at work, and I'm going to take a break from my Raven Quest and play on my phone if I can get it downloaded and just at least check it out because it is a quality game, and I gotta take a break.
This is also using the API for the play to airdrop, and so you need to do the daily quest. You got to play every day, mate, if you want to, you know, get to the top and earn more money. So
yeah,
you can't, if you miss a daily quest. There was 30 days, and then now it's only 21 days. There's only going to be 20 days of being able to do now for you if you didn't start already.
Right.
To get that quest done. But yeah.
I just won't get as much, but I can still qualify as long as I keep. The more you play, the more you get, basically. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool. I will.
This is going to be heavily weighted towards high performers, though. So
yeah.
I'm
used to that. Yeah. I'm used to that by now. It's part of my shtick, you know. So next up, we've got Overnight, and we've got several things to talk about. I'm gonna save your announcement because you did just put out an announcement this morning in Gamers Galaxy. And by the way, make sure you're in Gamers Galaxy, or you are wrong. Overnight's battle, customize and collect your rewards. Online card battler. What's your what you got for this one?
Pretty cool graphics. I like the art style. It's build up a bot and TCG style auto battler, but you build up your, you know, the stats and fight with it. So it'd be interesting to see. So you can play it right now. It's Epic Games. It's on the play page. So if you go to the play page and click on it, you can do like, you know, the normal follow quests along, you know, watch the trailer, all that stuff for the gems. And then, but also the announcement's about doing a bit of content for them. So if you join your Gamers Galaxy Discord and you post some content, we can get you some cash for that content. It's not a lot, but if you want to, you know, it's a couple of minutes of work and you can get cash. So join our Discord and find out how to earn that money.
Very, very good stuff. We always got the best alpha, the best rewards in the Immutable ecosystem, which you and Cynics have been just kicking butt on. Excellent job as always. This next one up, this is one I will be trying to pay attention to more. I've been waiting for this one for a while. I missed the last playtest, Engines of Fury. I do know one of the devs from inside there over the years, former Warcraft dev. I like this one a lot. Top-down shooter. And what do you have on this one?
Yeah, good old Dave. He's building a good little game there. I think you can play it non-top down as well now. You can do it 3D action based. So it's pretty insane. They updated that last. I'm not sure if you can do it yet, but it's soon. But ultimately, it's a little team-based hack and slash game. You know, with guns shooting top down, which is, you know, fast movement, fast-paced. Maybe they're playing it in fast forward, I don't know, but it looks fast. You know, swarms of mobs kill them. But yeah, they're gonna play to earn playtest coming up in just tomorrow or within 48 hours.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out to him. I who knows? I probably missed the registration again, but maybe he can slide me in. Help me out, Dave. You know I always need help. So,
Yeah. I've also got on the screen an announcement of 6 games from Immutable that come out a little while ago now. It was on 15th of April, so nearly 2 weeks ago. Battle Rise, Swords of Blood, AI Apocalypto, Memes at War, which we already knew about that one. That was called, it was Meme Alliance before. Pictographs, Gatsby Games, which is Ninja Chess, and another game. So yeah, 6 games come out.
yeah. That is that. Did I hear you right? Did you say that in match 3 game?
I didn't say it. I haven't got it up. I'll go over the Immutable passport and show the games that you can play now.
Okay.
That you weren't able to. So Battle Rise and Battle of Souls. So 2 battles. They're both playable. Both Battle Rise is, I think it's an ex-Beam game. You launch on Beam and got 0 players, so now they're Immutable and they've already got 2,000 or 3,000. So, yeah, you'll see more of that going forward. Battle of Souls, Bitpool. That's weird. It went down. Their socials don't work anymore. And the website went down, and now it's called Bitpool AI, and there's no Immutable anything on it that I could see. So I'll be interested to see if that's still associated with Immutable. But anyway, I've got Pool Masters out now, which I'm able to play because I'm in Australia. But soon it'll be launching. And Chess Universe is big. It's got 25,000 daily players, and they've turned on Passport now, so you can play it through Passport. I'm not sure if they've got any FTs yet, but they're doing 25,000 DAU already on that. With that new passport, that you're required to use Passport to use it. You had to migrate. So there's a lot of players on that, and might have to do that in match 3. It's got having a tournament. We've talked about that before. 3v3, and Galaxie of Lumeria looks really good. Where are you? It's not here. Where are you? The Galaxie of Lumeria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like mobile-based MMO, and really like chibi style characters. It looks really cool. Interested to see how that one goes as well.
Yeah. The in match 3 caught my eye. I think that one is way more expanded and more to do than just a typical match 3 game. Out of all those ones, that's the only one I really kind of looked at. Did you mention the Dice Go one? I didn't think I heard it, but maybe I missed it.
I haven't, but it's just not out yet. But this is the second Marvel X game. It looks like it's going to release soon. So there's supposed to be one other one, but this one looks like it's been announced. It's Q3, but maybe they're ahead and they're going to release it because it's the second one to be announced. So it's like a little Monopoly game. Yeah, the next Marvel X game is coming soon.
Very, very cool. Yeah, there was a lot in there, but we shotgun through the game launches, and we're gonna keep this moving along, and we're gonna go into what is our top 3 games currently, and I'm gonna let you go first because you already know what I'm gonna say.
I was playing Boomland, Somnus, and GOG last month, and this month I've been playing the most of Norma and Meadowland Mokins League, the little soccer game. I've been playing it more and more, liking it more and more. It's cool. It's a collectible game as well, and GOG still. So yeah, that's my 3. What about you?
Yeah, I was playing GOG. I played the Norma and Meadowland. I was also playing the Boomland. I was playing. Oh, what's the other one? Oh, gosh, there was one I really enjoyed. I can't think of it. Where you were robots or humans and you'd follow each other. I know you played it, but anyway, I was playing those, and then
Epic War.
Yes, Epic War. Thank you very much. I was playing those daily.
They didn't turn any Web3 on. That's the game where you bought NFT boxes and you opened them and they gave you Web2 cards.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that? What's the point?
My 3 games that I've been playing have been Raven Quest. That's literally all I've been playing for the past month, and I've just enjoyed it and had little to no time for any other games, and I'm going to be trying to change it up here soon, especially with some of the ones we mentioned earlier that I definitely want to check out. Engines of Fury, Treeverse for sure. Going to be testing those out, playing them to get a little bit more knowledge and feel for it, give them a shot. But yeah, it's Raven Quest for me. I'm pretty sure nobody's shocked on that one. And yeah, those are top 3 games, and I know this is your favorite segment of the show. What's pissing us off? I'll start off first. in general, and I'm not going into specific details. You know my story, my situation. I'm just really tired of people saying something, but their actions don't match their words. Some people might call it lying, and yeah, it could be lying. It's just your general essence. What you say, you should back it up as best as you can. And if you can't because of some form of logistics, that's understandable. But is your effort there, or are you just being fake? And I'm done with those people. I'm being very selective of where my energy goes. I'm very much into the phrase protect your peace. And my peace for a long time has not been one of my priorities, and going forward, that is one of my priorities now. Protect my peace. And if you are not going to back up your words, or at least make an honest attempt to, I don't really have time for you because you're pissing me off. So that's what's pissing me off this week.
It sounds interesting, mate. It's kind of like similar. I have been doing a coal hate list. Sorry, a hate tier list, as in how much coals hate Immutable by their actions rather than and their words, but their actions, mainly their words, but I'm sure their actions as well. So I put the Discord onto I hope I'm not giving it away here. It's private, but I don't think so. So it's so there's 5 different tiers: immutable derangement syndrome, or IDS, immutable hater, immutable disliker, immutable doesn't exister, immutable fader. So in the IDS list, we have Inhuman, Kagijan, Grail.eth, Sobby from Zai, Jihaz and Psycho, and their cult army from Ronin, Eliza, Lisa from E Constellation, and Inspector Mindblown. These people are IDS. They constantly spew hate towards Immutable. Sobby doesn't anymore. He scrubbed his ex once he called the Ferguson brothers white trash on a tweet, and then deleted it instantly, and then realized when he corrected it, all he did is recorrect it, removing the white trash comment, and so pretty much everything else was still racist in there, so he had to remove that. Haters are Yap, and I got Inspector Mindblown twice. Sam Stefanina, he also, remember, he used to go on.
Oh yeah,
he hated Immutable. Yeah. Disliker, unfortunately, Spike is on there now, even though
I've seen that.
Yeah, even though he used to really support Immutable, and he constantly gets paid gigs by Immutable Games. He's publicly did a 9 chains of the biggest chains, gaming chains, and didn't have Immutable on it. And then he said because they make people pay for their marketing, they choose winners, and he supports AVAX like crazy. And AVAX paid $12 million for influencers to stream, but they didn't do that for any other game. So why do you have AVAX on that list, mate? If your reason is that I've got no problem with Spike. We've talked privately. We said he can do what he wants to do, man. But he dislikes Immutable now, and it's a shame because it's the money that's moved it. And this is my point. Doesn't exist a Hanto, which he doesn't even know me. But it was a fader. I really like this guy, so I'm not going to say it's redacted. But anyway, that's it. They're the people that we've collected so far. We're going to send it to Immutable, and hopefully they'll make a coal list of non people to pay for thingos based on the IDS level at least. Yeah.
So I can't see what you're showing because my internet situation, and I'm just listening to you. But I'm picturing in my head. You remember how we used to make those tier lists for games? Is that what you did with that? And I
was going to, but I decided not to do a tier list.
That'd have been hilarious. I was just thinking that in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, is he seriously doing that?
Maybe people in the comments that got this far listening an hour and a half in can say, yes, we want that. So, if you want me to make a tier list and put it publicly on X, do it. I'll post it.
You were talking about making a KOL list, and I gotta Raven Quest is in my blood. So Gamers Galaxie Guild is on a KOS list for kill on site because we are so good and disruptive. So maybe they can make a KOS for KOLs. You know what I'm saying? I had to
it's a
throw
bit
that out.
harsh in real life.
I know. I'm just messing around. Just messing around.
Yeah, I know, man.
It's hard to separate from the RQ game here, but yeah, that's some good getting that out of our system of what was pissing us off this week. Moving right along, we're moving into content breakdown. I am up for a little thing called
Ranting
Ranting
How's
Ravens.
it going? You're about 3 or 4 weeks in now, and I haven't been able to come because I have to take my child to childcare on that day. It's exactly the same time you started. I started getting him ready for childcare, so unfortunately, I won't be able to come at that time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's hard to
being Australian sucks.
I know the time zone thing is rough. Sanjiro and Solemnly Swear are both here on the U.S. They're on the East Coast. I'm in the middle, so it just works out. And
no, man, I'm not asking for to change. I'm just saying.
No.
But how's it going, mate? How you got like a couple of knowledgeable people in there as well that are helping you out with the joint Fayola?
Yeah. So for those that don't know, we do karate combat, and we've been doing together and kind of build a rapport. And I remember telling you specifically. When Raven Quest came out, I played it, and I remember messaged you, we need to cover this. And, you're busy, I'm busy, and I said, let's just do a space. Let's just do a space. We've got to jump on this. This iron is smoking hot. I can see it, I can smell it, I can taste it. And I think we're going into our 5th or 6th week. I have to go back and count this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's been growing slowly but surely. We possibly might have one of the Raven Quest main guys on there, Welsh. He might be stopping by this week. I haven't been confirmed yet, but he said he would come on eventually. We've coordinated with Raven Quest Tools, who is not officially with Raven Quest, but they are working very, very close with them now. They've had 2 episodes on their own spaces, and we're kind of collabing with them. One of their people showed up and talked with us last week. We have Kaiser and Fallon, who are guild leaders in GXE. It's coming together nicely, and we weren't really sure. It was we just knew we had to do it, and it's kind of a live, evolving thing right now. And I think it's going in the right direction. We seem to be getting some momentum. I like our chemistry. I think what sets us apart is we are fun. We have fun. And it's hard to explain. You have to listen to us, and I'm telling you, get in the Gamer Galaxie Discord. Even if you don't want to play Raven Quest, if you just want to listen to us in the background, I'm telling you, when we get together, it is freaking hilarious. It is freaking hilarious, and I'll be releasing clips of it. The stuff that just comes up.
Some of the clips, mate. I mean, I listened to a couple of episodes. I need to listen to more. Actually, go back and listen to the few.
Yeah.
Interesting, mate. Well, hopefully that grows for you because it's build some audience and having some fun and get those Raven Quest players in listening.
Well, we're trying to build like the Immutable, the flywheel. It's not just about the game Raven Quest. It's about getting people into Gamers Galaxie and building the brand. And I think it's working. I think it's working for sure. And I'm having fun with it. But yeah. And next up, we're rolling into non-immutable news. What do you... I don't know what this is. You're going to have to help me on this one.
So, I've said... It's been a long time since we've done pod when I said I would not bag out Ronin anymore. But this is just too juicy. It's just too... The word juicy is not right, but it's just... It's the reason why we don't support Ronin like we do Immutable. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, yeah, sure, it's not too bad what has happened, but we've got it on the screen, and Psychout's done this post, and he's literally ripped into a partner that he said have broken agreements, and we're removing them from the Mavis market or the Ronin market, and we're pretty much telling his hate mob or his cult members to not support this game, and it's just disgusting, man. Like, could you imagine Robbie writing anything like that publicly about any other company?
Oh,
ever?
no.
No matter what. No, I know for a fact that Space Nation come to Immutable with the exact same deal, like, exclusive partnership deal, and said, can we get a B&B chain for certain things? For, because it's, we're not working, our tokens dropped off and we want to try in the B&B chain. And they went, sure, go. And so there's the opposite effect of, all private. This is a private conversation I'm being told by the founder of Space Nation, not public information to anyone. So I'm breaking that to everyone now. Probably shouldn't have done that. But my point is, when it's on these Ronin scumbag founders, they publicly shame, they sick their cult members onto them, and it's proof. You look at this post here where Ragnarok Monster World has wrote a rebuttal to that thing, and the comments, mate, are just like hundreds of .ron cult members going crazy, saying really harsh things to this game. So and we faced that from them as Immutable supporters.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's the reason why I don't buy Immutable, buy Ron token. I actually almost bought Ron token because it's so low, and then someone come into one of my threads and just insulted me and Immutable with a .ron on it, and it went, that's why I'm not going to buy the token. You know, I forgot. You know, thanks for reminding me. I don't want people like that. You know, and it's not a one-off. There's hundreds and there's probably thousands of them. Yeah, they've got a huge community. There's no doubt about it. But do you want that? Do you want to go build on a chain where a founder potentially will say that about you if you don't fall in line? It's just, I just can't understand it, mate.
You are.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
Go on, you go.
You're 100% correct, and there's a huge difference, and I can tell you why specifically, and it's not even in the most appeasing manner here. The Ferguson brothers, Alex Connolly, and the whole team, they handle themselves in a completely corporate-like professional manner. And there's been several games that have made Immutable look bad, and in some cases, really, really bad. And I'm not even gonna say who, but I bet you I could.
Remember Medical on the way out, they said, you know, we're going to join people that know gaming, and now they're dead. So yeah, really great decision.
I can almost guess a good chunk of that 50 million that they lost last year was because of a certain game. And even on the way out, the guy responsible for it, they had nothing but praise to say for him. That's just how they handle themselves. They're nothing like this community right here. And I think that's they're just gonna try to focus on the positive in, positive out, and that's their mantra. And I think in the long term, I think it wins. I can't guarantee it, but it sure looks like it. What's that?
Every single person that represents Immutable in their title or on social media, they have, before they can go and post, they have to do social media training with Immutable. And the number one thing they focus on is you're never allowed to post anything negative about our competitors.
Right.
Ever. That's down to the peons, not just the big guys, the sales guys. It's literally the customer support people that even if they see anything at all written out at all, they don't respond. And that's because, you know, it doesn't do anyone favor. They don't want to hurt anyone. They want everyone the chance to win, and they're willing to do their best. And if they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. Kind of like, you know, Tesla.
How many times have we heard Robbie publicly say, "We're rooting for everybody. All a rising tide raises all ships." And even when the SEC here in the U.S. was going somehow, some way, I don't even know how it's legal, but they were threatening Immutable, they stood up to him. But even in their standing up to him, they were kind of nice. It's they're like a weird form of.
Also, I had inside information on that as well. The SEC, that Immutable's been really hamstrung by it. They felt that they haven't been able to do anything because of it, like business-wise. And now you saw Robbie post Immutable's cooking, meaning, you know, and this came from a really high-up person saying that now that the SEC's in the rear window, there's so much more unlocks coming from us that we were holding back on. So
good,
interesting 6 months to come. These Ronin people, like, you know, they fake it, man. I really think they fake. So I got their Ronin market up, and they're minted, If you, on this mint page, there is literally 3 collections that are not below floor, and I've been checking it just to see they like oversubscribe. For example, the heroic the Quest from the Last Odyssey, that there is like was oversubscribed by 5,000%, 80,000 raffle tickets for 1,500, only 1,500 items, $35 a raffle ticket, and it's now below floor.
Wow.
How does that happen? That was a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
How does that happen? How do you have 85,000 raffle tickets bought for the collection's not found? What's going on there? Anyway, the point is that what I believe Ronin's doing is they're using their 450 million war chest to mint out collections and then instantly dumps on the floor. So like Pixel Heroes Adventure Land, that was a big game, $90 mint, and now it's down to 60. Sorry, 90 Ronin mint. It's down to 60 Ronin now. And there's hundreds and hundreds of, and it's below 30% unique owners. All the collections are 30 or usually around 30 to 25% unique owners. About 1,000 to 1,500 owners, and instantaneously they go to floor. That's telling me that Ronin is buying these NFTs to make it for the perception of selling out, and then they instantly dump them onto the market to try and recover some of the cost that they've lost.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Obviously, we don't have
I'm
proof, but
they're doing it, mate.
Yeah,
I don't have proof. I'm not going to sit here, but we're just speculating here.
Yeah.
And the behavior, the way they treat people, the way they treat their games, the way they treat their competitors, the way they enable their cult members to get aggressive with everyone. Like it's just in their character to do something like that. So yeah, no one's denying that there's a lot of people playing it, but I also was in the Philippines. My wife's Filipino, and we had hundreds and hundreds of people just from her town wanting to get Axie accounts because they were earning 3 years of wages every month. So they were chomping at the bit. So they've got this massive army of people that don't have money to spend on NFTs. So these numbers of players, there are lots of people there that do spend, but their good games do have good results, like Fableborn and Fishing Frenzy for some reason. Derek Lau, our mate. So
oh gosh,
so it's. I feel it's a house of cards. I think eventually it'll just come. People catch on that they're not professional, that they're not building the best thing for Web3 gaming, and the real builders will come shining through in the end. That's my point. That's what I think was going to happen.
I think you're right. I think it's a gated cult-like community, and with their toxic negative out on things that don't go their way over money. Yeah, that's a short term versus what we were talking about earlier. Immutable, no matter what, they're not going to say anything negative against somebody else, and we'll see how it plays out. But normally, in my understanding of how energy works, usually the more positive you are, you come out ahead. Not always, but usually. So, yeah, very good stuff, and we're rolling right into the highlight of April. I'm going to let you start because I need to cough, so I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second.
No worries, man. So yeah, I wrote a post in a pretty long one. Got 4,000 views. Some big coop from AVAX responded to me. It said seems accurate. It was about this. Someone I quote tweeted someone that got the wrong tweet, but it was about them saying that ZKVM caused hate for people against Immutable. And I was like, nah, man, I've been supporting for 5 years and pretty closely, and this has been happening the whole time I've been there, and this is the reason why. And I went through some points on consumer sentiment. Like they had some mistakes. They had some people. They went for the Web 2 market rather than the Web 3. Wanted to be the Stripe, the hidden layer, and I think they got that wrong for now because the Web 2 gamers didn't come. And then I said on top of that, they had like the Ronin founders and absolutely, like sending their army of hate towards Immutable. And there's other chains as well, like Sobby from Zai, and because Immutable's winning and they were target, so they were like getting hit by everyone. Also, so the dynamics of all that came together and created this snowball. But I also said they've corrected course, and we're starting to see that correction of course now. We're starting to see like actual community growing on Immutable. There's people responding in tweets positively, and lots of people I don't know all the time saying Immutable's awesome, and I'm like, yes, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Why I built Grandma's Galaxie knowing that one day would be obsolete, and I'm happy for that day to come, because we need to be obsolete, because Immutable and Web3 gaming needs millions and millions of players, not 750 that's in our Discord, if you know what I mean. So
yeah,
Yeah, we're starting to see other immutable communities pop up, and we're going, baby. We're going. We're going to the moon. We're hitting fire. And thank you so much for this dip, man. Locked it. I stocked up on IMAX. I've more than double the IMAX than I ever had just not long ago. So, yeah, thank you very much for this dip. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna agree with you on us being obsolete. Don't sell us down the drain yet. We we have weathered a very, very long winter, and I'm not gonna lie, and I'm sure you're probably in the same boat with me if we were gonna make it out, but like spring is here, and we're looking around saying, "Oh man, that sucked," but we got through it, and now we're stronger. So don't say we're obsolete yet. Who knows? You never know. But my highlight of April is two things, and they're intertwined. The TGE launch on Immutable's infrastructure. We've been waiting for that for a very long time. And in my opinion, I from my experience, it seemed pretty dang smooth. For this space, it was really smooth after all the garbage we have seen. In conjunction with it, the game that they did it with has a completely different mantra of doing things. And when we really seen it come to fruition was with the TGE of they pulled 6% of the token allocation that was going to go to investors and KOLs. They took 0.5% back to the team, which is fine. They got to make money too to survive. They took maybe another percent towards future fun stuff for the game. Nothing wrong with that. And the rest of it went back to the community for an opportunity for them to get the token. And when I seen that, in conjunction that this is happening on Immutable's infrastructure, that is my highlight of April. We have been waiting for those two kinds of things for a long, long time. And they both happened in together in a synergy. And that was my highlight of April.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. The TGE is not just the performance of the token value, that is, but the problem Immutable had is that they just didn't have the community to buy it. They didn't have the degens, and so it was a hard decision to TGE on Immutable. But what the thing is now is that people are working out that there's no need for gaming tokens in 99.9% of the games that come out. So if you invest in a gaming token, you're at a high risk of losing. And then finally, we're at the end of so many people losing. If you look at all the games tokens, they're just down bad, like real bad. So everyone's losing money. So you're losing people investing in them everywhere, not just Immutable. So you look, even guns went down 70%. And Pengu, like the big biggest hype nothing burger thing ever, Pengu, with thousands and thousands of people, it went down by 90%.
Right.
So they're working. There is a need for tokens in games, but if you do it like Raven Quest, and I think that the fact that that's the case now with gaming tokens, if you don't get it right, you're going to fail no matter where you are. That has helped Immutable as well, because if you launch a token for a crap game, people aren't going to buy it anyway.
Well, here's the thing too. With what my highlight of the April is, they've also, in addition to that, they're showing the path to do it, so that it can be done. And I can't tell you how many times I've said about certain games, I still don't know what the token is used for. Now, like in a very short amount of time, they're looking for every which way to make the token incorporated to the game, versus all these other ones that, yeah, it's here and you can stake it, So, yeah, that's my highlight of April. And
great.
Thanks for chiming in. And yeah, that's it. We're just about done here. It's that time. Final thought of the week.
I'm yawning. Can you hear me yawning? Sorry if you can hear me yawning, everybody.
I didn't hear you, but I may have yawned earlier too because I've been playing Raven Quest too much. If anybody didn't know, but yeah. Final thought of the week. I'll start this off. I just mentioned about, we'd been through a winter with, Web3 gaming, Immutable, and all that stuff, and I was wondering at times if we were going to make it. Personally, in my life, I've had just a winter. And I'm finally feeling good after a long time. So for those that know me personally and stuff like that, if you hear this, I'm doing better. And it's been a battle. And it's like I'm seeing in my personal life things come around. Immutable's finally coming around, and I'm just like, this is spring. Things are gonna keep going up. I'm just gonna keep channeling my positive thoughts and my positive mantras daily, and I'm finally feeling happy for once, and I'm happy for feeling happy. That's my final thought of the week.
Well, you're in a winter, coming out of winter into a spring. I'm so busy, I'm in a drought. That's it.
That's your final thought of the week?
That's it. I'm in a drought.
I'm busy too, but
You don't get my point. Maybe it's Aussie slang.
okay.
All the Aussies that listen will get it.
Yeah, there's not rain, right? It means no lack of rain. Oh, okay. I think I do get it now. Well, yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Yeah. So yeah, that was our episode 51. Immutable is on fire, and that is indeed the case. And real quick, I think we're gonna be doing this once a month now, correct? We're aiming for once a month.
At least once a month. We'll do it at the end of the month of each month and to highlight the recap of the previous month. So if we see something really, really good, we'll maybe we can have a special.
Yeah, and as always, if you're not in Gamers Galaxie Discord, you are wrong. So you better get in there so you can be right. There is always the alpha.
You're in the Gamers Galaxie. You are Ron. Ronnie.
I got it. I get it.
You can't spell wrong without Ron.
Oh, I used to say that a long time ago, didn't I? Or somebody did. It was me or you or somebody. Anyway, yeah, get in the Gamers Galaxie Discord. Tons of alpha, tons of content. The community is on fire right now, and it's a good time to get in because Rubick and Cynics are just dropping all kinds of amazing stuff. And
how about we do a little 5 GGXE tokens to the first 10 people that post in the GGX claims page with saying, what can we say? Drought.
Okay, there we go. All right, so if you hear this, get in there.
The first 10 people that say drought in the GGXE claims section gets 5 GGXE. Nice. You're going to want to collect GGXE, trust me.
All right. Yeah, I like it. I got to get some more. I got to figure out how to get some more. I got to go through the alpha and all the prizes or the links and find out what to do. But anyway, yeah, Gamers Galaxie Discord, get in there now, and we do this maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. We'll see. And yeah, I think that's it. For sure. And we will talk to you.
I think we nailed it. Mate. I think we we were a bit worried that we had to record again and wasn't going to be as good, but I think we did all right.
I wasn't worried. I knew we could handle it. So yeah, thanks everybody for listening to us, and yeah, have a great day. Everybody take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.